Everyone, Gobotch here, back today with a brand new video for Warface Breakout as we continue our coverage for the game. As we are jumping in today, they have a Season 1 developers update. Again, Season 1 just launched yesterday, and it was not without its problems, unfortunately, but the developers at Play Breakout have posted a update giving some of the feedback that they are going to be going towards with some hot fixes and patches coming soon. So let's jump into this update today here on the channel. We're going to talk about everything that's in the post. You can check out the post down in the description. But thank you all again for tuning in. If you enjoy the video, feel free to hit a thumbs up, comment down below, feel free to join the Gobotch family and subscribe. But let's go ahead and get into the patch notes here, or the developer update for what's coming soon. They said this: dear players, first of all, we want to sincerely apologize for the quality of the update we delivered yesterday. We see that the game experience has become worse for most of our players, both on Xbox and PlayStation, and that the fixes introduced in this update did not actually fix the overall state of the game. In fact, we tried to add as many fixes and quality of life changes as possible, but rushed too much. Most importantly, you trusted us, and we failed you. We will now try to do our best to make it right. Let's discuss the most important issues that appeared after the update and how we will deal with them. So again, this is why I respect this developer so much, is because they are aware of the issues and they're not hiding behind anything. They're coming right out and saying, hey, we screwed up. Things did not work out like we planned, and we're sorry for that. But here's what we are willing to do. So let's go into it. They're going to talk about each thing. So they're first talking about freezes. They said long freezes came back after this update. The overall performance suffered greatly because of this on both consoles. We are currently planning to introduce a hot fix this week, either today, as I'm recording, which is Friday the 19th, or tomorrow, Saturday the 20th, that is aimed to fix this particular issue with the freezes. The hot fix should be improved the situation with long freezes and shot freezes, as well as reduce the overall number of freezes during matches. To fix the FPS drops, we will need to include more technical information, which we'll start collecting now and we'll concentrate on next week. So freezes and menus and stuff, that's going to be hopefully hot patched in today or tomorrow. The FPS drops will be coming a little bit later. Moving on to the next thing, they talked about punishment in ranked matches. I talked about this in my video I posted a little bit earlier today. They said the problem with team kills in hardcore ranked has turned around on us. Before, there was little to no punishment from team kills, and now the punishment is too harsh. Moreover, the system is not clear enough, as sometimes you don't understand why you got kicked from a ranked match. So here's what they say. In fact, the current penalty system considers all types of leaving, i.e. getting kicked off from team kills, getting kicked off for AFK, or intentional leaving. So every time you leave a match during this, or for this reason, you will receive a penalty. And the penalty is cumulative, i.e. it becomes stronger with every subsequent leave within a certain time frame. So here's what they said they're going to do. We are planning to introduce the following changes to the system. First, we will remove any penalty from kills in Free Fire in the client update next week, not in the hotfix. It's called Free Fire after all. So again, if you don't know where in hardcore or ranked matches now, if you even team kill in Free Fire, just screwing around like everybody does, you can get banned or kicked out and banned for a certain amount of time. They're aware of that issue because that is a big problem, honestly. And that will be fixed not in the hot fix coming today or tomorrow, but in the next update, which will be coming probably a week from today. So that will be coming very, very soon. Secondly, they said this: we temporarily reduced the ban time while we still have issues. They said you should not suffer because of problems on our side. This will be also fixed in the hot fix update today or tomorrow. Thirdly, we will show you a special warning message whenever you violate the rules of ranked in order in this way, so now you will not be surprised when you're hit with a ban. This will be delivered next week in the next update. So basically, if you team kill or if you do something that's can lead to you getting banned, there'll be a warning thing that pops up on your screen, kind of letting you know, like, hey, you keep doing this, you're going to get that ban, the temporary ban on the game. Fourthly, they said we see it as a pain to play a ranked match till the end if teammates are basically if the teams are uneven due to others leaving matches. Among the potential ways on how we deal with it is implementing a forfeit feature or allowing players left to 2 or 3 against 5 to leave a match without a penalty. This is also expected in the future update next week. So I think this is a step in the right direction, similar to what Overwatch kind of does. So in Overwatch, if players leave your match early before the match even really gets started. It basically just kicks from matchmaking and you reboot and you start the next game over with no penalties on either side. And then let's say you're in the middle of a match and your teammates leave after a certain amount of time. You have the option to leave the match without any penalty whatsoever to you. So I think that is an okay way to do things. Now, again, the main problem is the community has got to stop quitting matches, and that falls on the players, not the developers necessarily. That falls on the players' shoulders. Of if you're going to play ranked, win, loss, draw, whatever, you've got to play it. And if you're sucking it up, get better. If you're, I mean, I understand some people, maybe you jump into a ranked match and life happens and you got to leave. I get that, man, but just don't make it a habit, because there's some players, and you've seen them, that it seems like every game they get into, they quit or they team kill or they just ruin your experience, and that is what needs to stop as a community moving forward, in my opinion. Moving on to the next point they talked about, they said aim assistance. This has been a big point talked about, discussed not only in the Discord but in the comments and everywhere on Twitter about this game since the update yesterday, because aim assist seems like it's off. So here's what they said. Many of you noticed the changes to aim assistance, which we did not announce anywhere in our patch notes. It was intended as a minor fix, and it is a shame it went unannounced. We will try to avoid such situations in the future, include even the most minor fixes in our patch notes, which I think is excellent, because the more we know about every little thing you did, that's all we need. We need to know everything you did in the patch notes. That way there's no surprises. So they said there will be no more ninja fixes, i.e. unannounced fixes, within our patch notes after this. So that's good. So from moving forward, every single patch we get, we're going to have everything detailed out. Even the smallest things will be in the patch notes. So that's excellent. They said, in fact, the change was intended to be a bug fix. Previously, aim assist snapped to the body of the enemy in some of the situations it shouldn't have snapped to. And now aim assist works as they intended it to. It still works. It is not switched off, is what they're saying. And I haven't exactly tested it. It seems like it's pretty much off, but they're saying the way aim assist is working in game right now is the way it was intended to work. However, we see many commentaries that shooting with aim assist has become less fun and generally worse. Please share your feedback on the current aim assist system. Do you think we should keep it this way or roll it back, changes to alternate systems a little bit? For me personally, this is just my perspective, I think there should be a medium ground. I think the way the game was before was too much aim assist. The way the game is now, there's too little aim assist. So I think there should be a middle ground there, personally speaking, for at least ranked, where it's more skill-based and not heavily relying on that aim assist to help you out with your aim and following with your sight lines. And also, I think that it doesn't need to be exactly like it was before, but it doesn't need to stay where it's at now. It needs to meet in the middle, and I think that'll be a good happy ground for aim assist, in my opinion. Everybody else may differ. Shout out in the comments, let me know. Another thing here, this is a big one y'all heard me talking about, was voice lines. It was driving me crazy just hearing, it seemed like the only voice lines you hear now is just curse words, which is just stupid, in my opinion. Here's what they said. When it rains, it pours, huh? They say, even when the voice lines changed, we introduced in our current update, made the situation worse. Now the announcers talk more often, which they do. They don't shut up, it seems like, and later than expected. And characters spam voice lines every now and then, ruining the competitive experience for everyone moving even further. So, again, I agree with that. Please revert voice lines or just shut voice lines off altogether for players. Only thing I need to hear is frag out, stun out, smoke out, and that's it. I don't need to know any of those things, because, I mean, unless they have callouts like sniper, whatever it may be, I don't need to hear holy bleep or all these curse words and stuff. That's just unnecessary. It gets spammed right now in the game, so please revert that. They said the hotfix will be reduce the frequency of character voice lines and rework the announcer voice. The patch next week will fix a larger amount of voice announcer related issues. So the hotfix should be fixing the spamming the voice lines we're hearing, which I guess that's a step in the right direction for that. Moving on, we're almost done here. They only have a few things left. Hit registration. This has been, again, pretty much the big hit point that we've all been looking for, because this is directly linked to your performance of the game, generally speaking. So they said this. There's also one thing that didn't become better with the update, and that is hit registration. After trying to introduce changes into the current system, we understand now that it would be better to rewrite it completely, i.e. the very algorithm of the character movement registration. So, with that, This is something we have thoroughly tested before we roll out live, so we expect the new hit registration system to land on our servers in July or August. So the way the hit reg is right now, the hit registration is now, we're pretty much stuck with it until July or August at the soonest, it seems like. Because what they're doing, y'all, and I think it's a good thing, they are basically, like they said there, they're completely rewriting the formula, the algorithm, the code for all of it. The movements could be completely redone. So I'm fine with that. It would have probably been helpful if the game was like a beta format instead, but it's good that they're aware of that still. They're not abandoning it. They're putting in the work, and they're going to rework it completely. It just sucks because now we have to wait until July or August, but with patience, you know, good things will come. So we just need to chill, try to have a good time playing the game as we can, continue to show in positive ways and with good voices and not being ugly, talk about the things that need to be fixed, and when they do fix things, give praise to those developers because they're working so hard doing this for us, y'all. So hit registration, fixes will come, but it's a month or two down the road with a complete new system. Lastly, there's the last two things here. They said this. New content. We are all also understand that we need to clarify why we even think of adding new things to the game without fixing all the technical issues first, because that's been an argument from people. You've heard people say, you know, why are y'all adding stuff into the game when you haven't even fixed the core gameplay itself, the mechanics and all that stuff? So here's what they said. Let's be honest. There's not so much content in Warface Breakout right now. And they're not wrong there. There isn't a ton. So for those of you that have played our game a lot, myself included, know that at a certain point, you basically complete the game without anything else to strive for. Now, of course, with ranked in the game now there is something to kind of climb up and keep playing towards and all that. So they said this. The main point here is the delivery of new content does not interfere with fixing old and existing game issues, as these areas of work are performed by different parts of our team. So that's important for them to be stating also, we, the community and players, understand. Because they're making new content, that does not mean it's taking away from development of fixing game issues. They're two separate identities, two separate teams working on different things. So they work collectively as a team, as a whole company. So that's good. They said without new content, the game will gradually become dull and repetitive, and this is not what we envision for our future of our game. That is why, even though we will focus on the tech issues in the near future, we will also bring you new content on a weekly and monthly basis. Next week, we will be ready to share our roadmap for 2020, where we will see all the things we would like to add to our game throughout the rest of this year. So that's exciting to me. More content that gets more players, more stuff to play for in the game. And again, it's a separate team doing that content side compared to the team that's over here making the fixes and doing all the stuff for the game mechanics. So that's exciting for me, personally speaking. And here's now what they say about our QA and testing procedure. This is the last thing in the post for the developer update today. They said, while it's important to fix particular things, when it comes to the problems such of this magnitude, one should think of changing the whole system. This update inhibited the flaws in our QA procedure. As we said before, updates of this level of quality should never see the light of day. So they're very, very upset with the performance of this update. They're not very happy with themselves. And again, they're being straightforward. They're letting us know that, and I respect them for it. They said this: from now on, we will not rush so hard and will conduct more playtests and different test environments in order to deliver quality content. We know it should have been done earlier, but unfortunately, not all the processes that are efficient in theory and are indeed efficient in practice, and we did not see that coming. We now know that improving the overall QA phase is something we have to do as soon as possible. In conclusion, we would like to thank you all for being with us during these tough times. Your support and feedback is still our main motivation to move forward, and we hope that in the near future, we will be able to make Warface Breakout the experience way better than it is now. Yours truly, it's Warface Breakout team. So that's it. That's the whole post. Again, I'll have that down in the description for you all so you can read it yourselves. But overall, I applaud the team over there at My Games for again being upfront and very transparent with us, letting us know they're upset with the way the update went. They're very apologetic for it, but they're not just going to sit there and sit on their hands and do nothing. They're hard at work for fixes. Hot fixes coming today or tomorrow, and then further patches coming forward every single week. and then you know, rewriting the code completely for hit registration, and then still creating new content for us, so we continued the grind on the game. But that's it for today's video. I just wanted to read through this developer update and kind of give you my thoughts as we went through. Let me know your thoughts down below on the current state of Warface Breakout and your thoughts on this developer's update we received here today. But thank you again for tuning in. Please, if you enjoyed today's video, support us here at Gobotch and hit that thumbs up, comment down below. Feel free to join the Gobotch family and subscribe. But thank you again. Please stay safe out there, y'all. Have a great rest of your day as always. And we'll see you all back here in the next video. Y'all take it easy.